Hi guys, this is the Lone Hermit, and the newest chapter of One Piece 794 is what I'm going to be reviewing today. This is the latest chapter and it's going to be a hiatus next week, so I decided to start with this chapter for my chapter reviews. It's as good as any, right? So let's dive into it. What we see in this chapter is mostly just Sabo's story, which we needed to see at some point. The explanation for him not being there at Marineford when Ace died. I mean, a brother would do anything for a brother, right? With these brothers, for sure. So we didn't know until now that Sabo had amnesia. And I think it's an interesting explanation, and it definitely serves its purpose. Uh, Oda had a good idea there, I think. It explains everything and it doesn't leave anything to the open, so, well, he just didn't know about Luffy and Sabo until, Luffy and Ace, sorry, about Ace until he died, which is very tragic, and I think it was very sad to see the context of this thing that we already saw when he just collapsed, when you read about Ace's death in the papers. And yeah, it's really heavy, man. It's really heavy. Got me. Also, in other news, did you see Dragon's face when he picked up Sabo out of the water? Man, he was mad. He was way mad. He was mad, dude. So yeah, I think it was quite shocking. One of the few times we've actually seen Dragon's face, and he looked like that. So you see the rage that he has against the government, and back then he couldn't do much against them yet, which he said himself in the Sabo Luffy flashback. So, wow. We see that he actually has a lot of bottled up rage against the Tenryubito, definitely. Uh, the look on his face when this little kid was just washed up on this shore and he was like picking him up and seeing him to his wounds, and it was just wow. I can see why somebody like Sabo would actually take to somebody like Dragon and actually have him as a leader. Dragon is definitely charismatic. I mean, we didn't even really see him speak yet, but he has a charisma of his own already, which a lot of characters in One Piece have. Actually, Oda does that. For example, with Shanks' crewmates. I mean, they are just there when Shanks appears in Marineford, but everybody says they look like beasts and they look like total badasses, and they do. It's definitely Ben Beckman. I don't know why, but dude, I'm I'm pretty positive he's going to remain one of my favorite, absolute favorite characters of this entire thing to the end. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure what we're still going to see of him is pretty beast. But returning to topic now. So Sabo, we don't know exactly what Sabo has done for the revolutionaries in all this time, but I think we don't need to necessarily see all of it. What we needed to see was, him just asking Dragon up to get the Mera and telling him about, Sabo and Luffy, his brothers, and he actually also uh, learns that Luffy is Dragon's son, because Dragon is Garp's son, and obviously Sabo knows Garp, so yeah, it's very interesting, this dynamic, and it's probably going to play a role still, too. Uh, all in all, the chapter was very straightforward. It was not the greatest chapter, but we needed this. It was confirmation. It didn't seem like a waste at all. It was very necessary, and it also opened up the mystery of these crows, like who called for these crows, or did somebody transform into those crows? What I thought was maybe Viola, because Viola has weird ass powers, so might be it was her crows, but I don't know. It's probably somebody with a weird devil fruit ability related to mythology, maybe, like so many others. But except that, there's not much to speculate about. The thing with the crows, it's kind of like a rip-off of Lord of the Rings with the eagles. But anyway, it's all right. I don't blame him. I mean, I didn't think it was cliched. It was okay. Bellamy lying there for me doesn't mean he's going to join the Straw Hats. I know people say that, but I thought it was just a very unimportant detail because Bellamy was just there to be healed and to not be captured by the Marines. So yeah, it's nothing else. I mean, and people say, well, why isn't Bartolomeo then there then? And I say, well, Bartolomeo wasn't as heavily wounded as Bellamy at all. At all. Not even close, man. Did you see his face back then? Dude. Well, so I have to say I'm looking forward more to the next chapter. I hope it's going to bring us Sanji, and that would be definitely something to look forward to. Yes. Maybe, might be. Maybe they're going to show us something completely different. Maybe they're going to show us the Marines' perspective for a chapter. Something. Because now's the time to do loose chapters, that aren't tied in to the main characters. Which, they did with the last and this chapter. And the last one was one of the best chapters in a long, long time, and I loved it to pieces. It was great. And I hope we get more of those soon. So on that note, on that hopeful note, I'll see you next time for the next review. I think I'm going to pull this off, doing a review for every chapter from now on. This is my very first review, okay? I tried to polish it a little bit, but just starting out, so don't judge too harshly. And if you liked at least part of it, please give this channel a shot and subscribe if you will. Like the video if you did, and see you later. Bye.